This is Cheap Farm. This is my first clipped up video for Stardew, so if you have any feedback for me, I'd love to hear it. The rules for the farm are fairly simple. No mods, minimum profit margin, remixed community center and mine rewards, and monsters on the farm. The end goal was largely open-ended, but I did want to finish the community center, though no pressure to finish it quickly. I don't do speedruns, I take my time, and I see where the story is. Also, in the top left corner, you'll see a QR code to my book, Breakfast and Other Journeys We Take. It is a collection of 9 contemporary realism stories and looking for more readers. You can grab a copy from your favorite bookseller by scanning the code. Thanks in advance for picking up a copy if you do. So without further ado, welcome to Cheap Farm. As with any new farm, I step outside and look at the horrors of a land left unkempt for so long. I approach it like a barber who doesn't know how to cut hair properly. I take care of the bits and bobs out front and leave the sides and the back alone. Who has time for that? After I plant my parsnips and make a chest, I head out to look for forage and see if I can't say hi to everyone. Abby, Pierre are only the beginning, and I even stop at the ocean to pick up forage there. A single clam. In the cindersap forest, I managed to grab a grand total of 3 spring onions. Then, heading back to the farm to head into the mountains, I'm accosted by a bat. Since I have no weapon to speak of, I run away, say hi to Sebastian and Linus, and I'm down to just Willie. Before you think the day is a loss, I do level up foraging. The second of spring is a quick flurry of watering, then foraging for another few spring onions, and a field snack out of the trash. Then to the beach to get my fishing pole. I catch a few fish some more, and head into Willie's to sell them off. I make 93 gold. Then I head out to fish some more. Willie's annoyed and I'm in his spot and fishes between my legs. I also grab an artifact off the beach, head home, grabbing some more forage at the bus stop. I finish the day leveling up to the 2nd fishing level. Spring onions on day 3 are a little better. I give a gift to Penny outside the museum, drop off my palm fossil, and collect my money. Somehow, I'm up above 1,000 gold and there's a quest. Unfortunately, I can't deliver since the parsnip won't be ready until the day after the quest expires. I catch an eel, which I keep. Then I head to the river, trying to catch a catfish with the help of a sea jelly. And it takes me until 11 p.m. to pick one up. I managed to get another before heading back, leveling up foraging and fishing. Sunny day means we're back to watering our almost ready parsnips. Find a chicken statue in the ground and a geode while I'm cleaning up a little more of the farm. I head to Pierre's to buy some more seed, but I still don't know what crops I'll need for the community center. I decided to buy one of each vegetable and flower and an orange sapling because trees are super cheap. I buy a few more seeds of variety. I plant the tree, store the seeds, and then get back to cleaning up my farm a little more. I decided to make my tapping tree farm in back of my house, so I never need to look at it. Then back to the woods to look for more spring onions and other forage, and then fishing some more. I managed to overexert myself a couple of times, but my spring onions are there to save me. I leave a can of soda on the shore for later. I pick up level 4 fishing, so my casual plan is doing well. Day 5 means the community center and the mines are open. My parsnips are ready too, so I pick those, plant the other seeds and the mixed seeds I've found, trying to avoid the pesky crows. Then, since it is still too early for Lewis, I go south for spring onions, but I'm left with none. Then I head into town, get the community center and investigate it, and then head on up to the mines. Marlin is very welcoming and does his best impression of the old man in the original Zelda game, giving me a bad weapon. I managed to get through the first 4 by finding a ladder on the second to last rock. Bad luck day. Not that I pay much attention to that stuff. I fight some slimes and do my best to die by them. I managed to survive despite my best attempts. On my way back home, I walked past some leeks and horseradish I had no room for, then head home by looking in trash cans and talking to people at the bar. I finished the night chopping down trees at the bus stop, the only safe place in the valley to do so. I level up farming. Saturday means watering and making my first scarecrow. I don't have enough copper for a furnace, so my plan is to head back to the mines. First, though, I'll plant my rice shoots and a couple more seeds. Oh, and talk to the wizard so I can find out what bundles I need to get. Oh, look, a can of soda and a couple of spring onions. Did I mention I'm a little listless? In town, I pick up a quest for Demetrius for seaweed. That's 60 gold if I still have one. I make my way up to the community center, but bring the wrong forage item, so I had to go back and get it. I need a few different things for bundles. A kale, the rare crops bundle, summer squash in the summer, broccoli for fall, and the fish farmer's bundle. The fish are mostly normal, but I do have the master fisher's bundle, which is ridiculous. I head home, plant a few more seeds, then head up to the mountains with a piece of seaweed for Demetrius, who is not at home. He's standing outside conveniently enough. Now, let's get this mining day started, at 5 p.m. I fight some slimes, destroy some crates, and kill a rock crab. I get some seeds for carrots, which is a nice boon. On the next level, I grab an earth crystal, kill a Dougie, and a slime, gather some more copper. I check in with the Adventurers Guild, and then head home to bed. Level 1 mining. We're at the end of the first week. We start off as we do, watering plants. Make a furnace, get some copper in it, and head on to the museum, stopping to grab a quest for some smallmouth bass for Willie. Ooh, some glasses for Evelyn. We'll wait outside her door so we can give them to her. We drop off the goods at the museum, get some cauliflower seeds, and then head to the bridge for the fishing. I managed to catch a few sunfish before getting my 2 bass, but that's good enough, and another 100 gold, and another 90 when I sell my catch. My first fish off the dock, I get a herring, and that had a diamond in its mouth. We also get a second chicken statue, and I will be holding on to that one for dear life. We also have a visitor off the dock. Elliot says nothing about them. They must be friends. Back home, I set more copper to smelting, plant the cauliflower, and try to hoe some ground with a herring. That doesn't work, for the record. Then, in the waning hours of the day, I clean up some ground, chop a tree, and I'm exhausted. We sold another 100 gold in the shipping container. Hi everyone, thanks for making it this far in the video. Since you have, here's my opportunity to remind you that my book, Breakfast and Other Journeys We Take, is available now. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now and get your own copy. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video. Week 2 starts off fairly simple. Robin tries to convince me to buy a well that I'll never get, and we're back to watering. We look for more spring onions because I can't get enough of these things, but my plan is to fish up at the lake. I keep getting distracted by forage. I sit up at the lake and fish at some bubbles throughout the day. In a chest I find 2 rubies and a diamond and a magma geode, so that's a nice find. Heading to more bubbles later in the evening, I find some carrot seeds in the ground and fish some more. I leave some stuff in the chest when I'm done for the night and stop by the community center on my way back home. I managed to level up foraging and fishing and pick the Fisher perk. In the morning I water my plants, pick some carrots and plant a couple more. All is well with the world. Then I head off to the mines, picking up forage and seeds along the way. Slimes are my bane, but they still meet their end on my sword. I find an infested level before the next checkpoint. I grab some cave carrots and try to die again. I fail to succeed at it though, eating my field snacks, despite my best efforts. I do grab a magnet ring and read the monster manual before finishing off the last few slimes and make it to level 10. A wooden blade in the chest here is a bit of a taunt. I head home. I plant some blood-stained carrots and seeds in the ground. I keep my sword on me when I head back out for some nighttime fishing, grabbing a couple of chub, a bream, a rusty spur, and a geode and go to bed. Level 1 combat for my efforts today. Also, 100 gold from my fishing sales. Marty's at my door in the morning, so we name the cat Scrabbles because we're scrabbling for pennies and then straight to work. Watering, picking parsnips, watering some more. A new quest appears for my first prize ticket and a whole bunch of money. I managed to disappoint Vincent on his birthday with the quartz, then head to the mines. My focus is on green slimes, but if I get a few levels I won't argue. An infested level gets me through the quest. My new sword is barely better than the starting one, but it is better. I still almost die. Rubber boots are a pale prize, but I put them on right away. I eat some green algae before heading down, hit level 15, and then run out to find Lewis for my money and my prize ticket for carrot seeds. Also, I see there's an orange tree in the machine, which I already have, but that's fine. I plant some more carrot seeds, water them, cut a couple of trees, and head to bed. Thursday, Water my crops and pick some potatoes, some kale, and a tulip. So through the cindersap forest for 3 spring onions and Robin's axe, which I returned to her promptly for a quick payday. It pales in comparison to the cost of a coops, so I head to the mines so no one sees me cry. I kill some bugs, mine some copper, kill a Dougie, and don't notice I've got a wooden club for a while. On level 19, I find a free ladder and run for it amid bugs. I leave the chest unopened and run home with a full bag. At home, I craft another chest and move some stuff in it. Go to bed, exhausted, and get level 2 combat. Watering, picking carrots and a potato, my jazz flower is ready too, so is the rice. To the community center to drop off random fish and crab pot stuff, then back to the mines. Level 20 gives me a dagger, which is a disappointment compared to my club. Also, I'm not good with any weapon, but most of all daggers. I kill some bugs, descend, and find some sneakers. Defense. Let's go. Back at the surface to empty my bag at the lake chest. I sell off the boots and dagger, and then head to level 30 before heading home. I do get level 2 mining. Day 13 is festival day, so we water, pluck the carrots that are ready, and then prep the grounds for the strawberries for the night. With the smaller profit margin, I could buy way too many, but I only plan to pick up 40, so that's what I set up for. I say hi to everyone and then crush the souls of everyone in the egg hunt with a poor root. That still enables me to get enough eggs. As usual, I'm disappointed by the Straw Hat prize, but in this timeline, it is all I know. Before bed, I realize I should have put some torches out, so I make those before planting the strawberries. I get level 2 farming at night. Last day of the week. I water our crops, grab another quest for green slimes, again for a large payday, and head to the mines again, starting at 31. Then we rethink our decision, grab the copper, then head to 15 to find slimes. My bat makes quick work of most of them, plus some bugs, and get a foraging book, which I stop to read on the spot before getting my last couple of slimes for the quest. It is too late to talk to Lewis, so we go home, sell a few things, head to bed. Level 4 foraging, opening up tappers, and make 300 gold from bullhead. Day 15 is a rainy beginning to salmonberry season. I pick a couple of green beans, set some copper to smelt. One tree is ready, so I make and place a tapper. I grab about 30 salmonberries on my way up to the lake, settle into fishing at 2 p.m. In the early evening, I remember that I need to talk to Lewis, so I immediately head down there. Rather than walk all the way back up to the mountains, I fish on the bridge towards the ocean. I fail at catching a catfish. I fish some more. Say hi to folks at the bar, give Leah a piece of driftwood, and move on home. I make it almost home when I realize I haven't checked the quest board and take it. Level 6 fishing and 100 gold to cap the night. In the morning, we're back to watering crops. We need to catch a herring for Emily and salmonberry picking, so we're heading the long route to the ocean. A couple dozen salmonberries later, pick up another quest at Pierre's for Marnie. We sell the extra forage since we have carrots and berries to work with. Say hi to everyone, then head south. I catch a couple of herring quickly, sell a few fish, and keep fishing. After we're full again, we head to the bar to find Emily. We grab an algae at home and see if we can find Marnie before the end of the day. That's our second ticket, so now we have another orange tree. We plant it near the first, fend off a couple of bats. Looking for more salmonberries, we end up at the lake, grab some fish to sell, and then head home. Make about 400 gold, and mystery boxes are available. Lucky 17 is a rainy day. None of our crops are ready, so we head out. We pick salmonberries, get a hat. Plan is to go fishing, but the quest is for copper, so we adjust accordingly, run home, and hit the mines nice and early, at 1 p.m. Took more than a few levels, but we got there. We also got to our 5th white algae, so I also dropped that off before finding Clint at the bar. At home, I had a little bit of time and energy for cutting down the trees next to the crops. I hit my cat with the bat because apparently I already said hi to him today, then went to bed. Level 3 mining. On the 18th, the cauliflower is ready, so I plan to drop the first crop bundle off today. We also gather some green beans off the vines and decide to take broken glasses to Evelyn and find a second pair in her trash. Still, she's happy to have them. At the community center, we finish the crop bundle and see the boiler room. It's mostly the same, but replaces the various metal bars with a treasure hunter's bundle, which we might have all the pieces to already. My plan was to go fishing, but I went salmon picking instead. I finally get up to the lake to fish at 4 in the afternoon. Somehow I managed 4 perfect catches in a row, which is impressive for me. I'm usually pretty bad at the fishing after all. Then I get up to 7 in a row and I'm feeling good, and then 10. We'll ignore that half of them are carp. The 11th was a perfect with a chest. Granted, only a deluxe bait. The 12th was another chest, and I went for that instead of aiming for another perfect. Sadly, it was just more bait, and I don't see myself upgrading the fishing pole anytime soon. Full up, I head on home, sell some fish, and head to bed. The 19th is a sunny day, so I start with watering and get the quest from Jody for a cauliflower. The 9 cauliflower from the museum are ready too, so that's nice. I head over to her house, rummage in the bins, but her door isn't open, so I go fishing in the river while I wait. I'm trying to stay disciplined to save money for a coop, but it has been tough remaining focused. Plus, I haven't really sold much. Most of the money I have is from quests at this point. Then it is on down to the ocean for a day of fishing. The third catches a chest, but it is 3 geodes. I don't plan on paying to open them. I need the geode crusher, but that won't be coming for a while. In the afternoon, I run over to Willie's to sell my current holdings. I'm disappointed by how much less the ocean fish are worth in the spring. A late afternoon chest gives me a few iron ore, which is not nothing, but also not very much either. Then home, sell the fish, and get accosted by a golem outside my front door. The nerve. I'm out of energy, but I decided I need more wood, so I go to the bus stop to chop some trees. Good decision, because I get a mystery box. Unfortunately, it is even less likely I'll open these, since they can't be opened in the geode crusher. At night, an owl calls. I level up farming and reap 140 more gold from sold fish. Saturday's a sunny day, so I'm watering. I get it all, most likely. I might have missed a spot. Chickens are on my mind, but I'm 100 gold short, so I grab the wood and stone and the stack of 20 parsnips and head out. Oh look, a quest. Also, it is too early for Pierre, so I run back to get the leek for Harvey. Coming back, I run into Harvey and almost hand him the stone in hand instead of the leek. Now that I've finished the quest, I don't need to sell the parsnips. This works well for my sensibilities of hoarding everything. At Robbins, I spend a long time thinking about the proper placement for the coop, but we get there in the end. And then, well, back to fishing. I'm broke again. I don't know how to cast at a diagonal, so witness my failure. I get a nautilus fossil from a chest, then a geode and a mystery box. I need to take a break, so I grab the fish and head home. Level 7 fishing, and I sold another 300 in fish. The lake is so much better than the ocean for money. Last day of the week. What's happening today? Strawberries. I don't get any extra berries, sadly, but 40 berries is 40 berries. I'm not going to complain. I have 2 more trees for tapping, but I just barely have enough wood for it. Also, I'm still broke, so I want to go fishing, and it's a good luck day, whatever that means. So I feel like I should go mining. I need to do too much in one day. Sunfish for Abigail, and it gives me a ticket, so back to the farm to get my rod and keep my weapon and pick with me to go fishing after I'm done. Luckily, good luck, it is a sunfish with a chest with an artifact I don't already have. Nice. Unfortunately, Abby is talking with her mom, so we wait just a bit, then a bit more. It's a long conversation, apparently. We have to give them some space. Drop off the anchor. That's my 6th artifact, by the way. Such progress. Back to Pierre's, and there's Abby. I trade in the ticket for flower seeds. I'm disappointed too, don't worry. 2:30 p.m. Time for the mines. An early ladder on level 31 saves me from a bat swarm. A stone golem gives me one on 32. I find one on 33 just before a bat gets me, and I get a freebie on 34 with a couple of copper ores in range. Nice. Down to 35. After that, things go much slower. After a bit of a slog, though, I emerge from the dark floors to level 40 at about 10 at night. Once again, I leave the chest for another day since my inventory is full. I make a quick stop at the community center for the treasure hunters bundle and geologist bundle, then home. Also, I need another chest, but I'm out of wood, so some late night chopping needs to happen. I barely make it back in time because I wasn't watching the clock. But level 4 farming means I can make preserve jars, if I had wood for them, which I don't. Week 4 is here. Placing down the new chest, I move over the crops and then get to watering. I spend a few minutes to reorganize, grab my fishing rod and my first oak resin. Then I head out to the town, look for a quest. Clint wants a seaweed for a burrito. We won't judge too much. Not like Lewis, who judges me for looking in his bin. Fishing is kind of funny because I want to be done at the ocean as quickly as possible since the fish sell for so little, and all I really want is a seaweed, and all I catch are fish. The 9th cast is a chest, but it is for 5 regular baits, so I go and sell it off at Willie. It takes until 4 p.m. to get my seaweed, so I stick around and fish a little more since Clint is closed and will be an hour or so before he emerges. An emerald from a chest at 6 p.m. is a nice catch. I don't care at all about the fish this time. Time to find Clint. I see him outside and give him the seaweed. I get the gopher achievement. After selling my fish, I don't think I have enough for a chicken, so I sell a couple of amethyst. Then I'm working on cleaning up the farm a little more, something I really don't do very much of. Level 5 foraging, I grab the gatherer perk. In the morning my coop is done, so that's another 100 in my pocket. Lewis sends me another 500 in the mail, so my concern about not having enough for a chicken is well put away out of my mind. Yep, watering times. It needs to be done. I'm going to go mining after picking up a chicken, so I grab my weapon and pick and head south to Marnie's. I wait at her door like a patient person. Unfortunately, today is Tuesday, so I don't catch her before she moves away from the desk. Lovely. The mines will taste my displeasure. I grab the slingshot from the chest and show my combat prowess on level 41, nearly dying to a few sprites and slimes and a bat. On 42, I find some good iron and an amethyst. Pressing on to 43, breaking open some casks to find a better club, the wooden mallet. Slime Gatherer is useless to me, so I'm happy to swap. I've got a free ladder on 44, but I clear the level out first since I want the iron anyway. Then I'm back in and struggling to find a ladder down. Luckily, I do find one and get a free one on the next level, so despite that trouble, I make some headway. A couple of quick fights later, and I'm on 48. There's plenty of iron on 49, so I grab all that before heading down. As usual, I'm full, so I leave the chest alone on 50 and head home early, at midnight. I drop off a few things at the community center first. I didn't realize I was cutting the time so close, but still managed to tuck into bed on time, while petting Scrabbles. It's only the 24th, so I plant a couple of carrots and start watering. I also noticed I have another tree ready, so I craft a tapper and, on second thought, a preserves jar. I place both, throw a strawberry in, and prepare for what might be considered profits. I want to get a chicken, but of course it is time for the flower dance. First, I chop down some trees, find a worm spot, and get a couple of mystery boxes that I will probably never open. I show up fashionably on time, get rejected as any good Year 1 playthrough, and watch from the sidelines. To finish off the night, I drop off a few things at the community center. Finishing out the treasure hunters bundle for a lucky lunch. Also opens up the bulletin board, where we have a couple of new bundles. Thursday marks the second strawberry harvest, so I grab all of them and water everything because I'm in denial and I hope I can get a third harvest without divine intervention. I head down to Marnie's to finally get our chicken. Her door isn't open, so I throw a minor tantrum and destroy the countryside while I wait. Skeletor is going to be a fine addition to the farm. I also pick up 4 pieces of hay because Marnie is ridiculously expensive and that's all I can afford. I need a silo. Now, I head into town. Find that Elliot wants an iron bar, so I go back and grab one in my fishing pole. I need money. It takes me until late afternoon, but I finally find him in Pierre's. I start fishing at 5 p.m. at the mountain lake, where I'll spend the rest of the day. Couple of chests, got some fish. Not exciting, but necessary progress. I sell my fish, dodge away from some golems, and head to bed. Level 5 farming for the tiller perk. and see that I've sold some 300 in fish. Good end of the day. Friday is a sunny day, so I start by watering and thinking about the day ahead. Then I head into town and grab a quest for Robin, which will get me another prize ticket and some decent money, considering it is just stone. So mining it is. Doesn't take long, so I run over to Robin to deliver it, but of course I get to keep the stone. I head over to Pierre's to pick up a pomegranate sapling, stop by Lewis's to redeem my prize ticket and for more mystery boxes I don't plan on opening, then head home. Picking a spot for the new tree is difficult, but I decide it will look nice next to the 2 orange trees. Also, I grab a pine sap that was ready in the morning that I forgot to grab. I decide to spend some time cleaning up the farm some more, and end up finding a pink office chair in a tree, as one does. Returning to the chopping, I get Woody's secret book, so I read that and continue chopping. I call it a night early when I'm out of energy and the bats are getting annoying. I do reach level 4 mining, at least. The next morning, my first batch of strawberry preserves is done, and I say hi to Skeletor, who is happy in his coop in the rain. I'll be mining today, but starting my day off with a delivery to the museum. On level 50, there's a silver saber waiting for me. It's worse than my mallet, though. While being swarmed by bats, I get a dwarf scroll and find a ladder shortly afterwards. 52 is a freebie at the far end, so I run through that, grabbing the coal at the end. Unfortunately, with a full equipment, I head back out before reaching 55, because I don't want to throw out my bat wings and I don't want to leave behind a dwarf scroll or iron. I head back in, hoping for better luck on the ladders. It turns out I am a little luckier this time and get a quick ladder on 53 and 54 and reach 55 and head home. The whole day of mining turned out to net me 5 levels, but fine. I do grab some creature parts for the bundle in the minecarts, though, so that's a win. That leaves just the fire quartz for the minecarts, and that's something I am interested in. And just like that, I'm at the end of spring. I managed to stop myself from watering the strawberries that will be dead in the morning, say hi to a fully grown Skeletor, grab my first egg, a pine tar, and realize I need 2 more tappers for the trees behind my house. I also make a mayo machine. Clint wants some copper ore, so I know what I'm doing for the last day of the month. Also scored a broken CD out of the trash and managed to not give it to Alex. Gathering the copper goes quickly, at least. I drop off some items at the museum since I'm too late to go into Clint's trash catalog, though, so that's a nice surprise. So here we are at the end of spring. I hope you enjoyed visiting Cheap Farm with me. Hopefully we can return together soon. If you want to catch me playing live, find me at twitch.tv/Telenartho. Catch updates here by making sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a like as well if it's not too much trouble. Thanks again. Don't forget to be good to yourself and be good to others. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.